Hey Warriors fans, welcome back. Today we've got some major updates coming straight from the trade front. And if you've been following the buzz around Giannis Antetokounmpo potentially joining Golden State, this is going to be a wild ride. There's a lot of talk, speculation, and concern floating around. But when you break it all down, the situation isn't quite as simple as it looks at first glance. On paper, it might seem like a risk for the Warriors, but in reality, it could actually work in their favor as they aim to pair Steph Curry with another superstar and make a serious push for championships while Curry is still at his peak. First off, let's address the latest developments that have everyone buzzing. Rumors surfaced recently suggesting that Giannis might not be as enthusiastic about relocating to the Bay Area as some had initially hoped. These whispers have understandably caused some concern among fans, especially considering how critical this move could be for the Warriors' championship aspirations. The comparison to past high-profile team-ups, like Kevin Durant joining Golden State, has been inevitable, but it's important to recognize that this scenario is very different. Giannis isn't joining a team that just came off a 73-win season. He's already proven himself in Milwaukee, and he's stepping into a team that's competitive but not at the top of the league. The dynamics are completely different, and this plays a crucial role in how the trade could unfold. Some reports have highlighted that Giannis may be hesitant about joining an older team or facing the same kind of scrutiny Durant did for pairing with Curry. It's easy to read that as a negative, but here's the flip side. The uncertainty actually creates leverage for Golden State. The Warriors have an abundance of future draft picks, and the Milwaukee front office values those assets immensely, especially if there's a chance Giannis might leave after his current contract. That means the Warriors package could be the most attractive one for the Bucks, even if Giannis isn't completely sold on moving to the West Coast long-term. Essentially, the more options the Bucks have to protect their future, the more strategically advantageous the Warriors' offer becomes. Breaking it down further, Golden State is in a unique position where they can offer multiple first-round picks in upcoming drafts along with key players like Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole, and Draymond Green. These assets not only sweeten the deal for Milwaukee, but also give them the ability to shape their roster in the years ahead. From a purely basketball perspective, it's a calculated risk for Golden State. They have to balance the potential short-term reward of adding a superstar like Giannis with the long-term implications if he decides not to stay in the Bay Area beyond a few seasons. But for the next couple of years, this could be a dream scenario, pairing Curry and Giannis while maintaining core pieces like Draymond Green to compete at the highest level. Now, it's natural for fans to worry about Giannis' intentions. There's speculation he might prefer to stay in the Eastern Conference or even join a team like Miami if circumstances allowed. While those considerations are valid, the reality is that trades are ultimately decided by the teams, not the players alone. Milwaukee wants value in return, and they aren't going to send their franchise cornerstone to an organization that doesn't provide a legitimate competitive opportunity. Golden State represents a chance to chase championships immediately, while also offering Giannis the ability to become the focal point of the franchise down the line. For a player in his prime, that's a compelling proposition, and it aligns with the Warriors' strategy to maximize their window with Steph Curry. There's also an interesting angle in how this situation differs from Kevin Durant's decision years ago. Back then, Durant joined a team that had already achieved historic success, but hadn't yet captured the ultimate prize. Now, Golden State is offering a different path. A team with a superstar point guard as prime, multiple future picks, and the flexibility to integrate Giannis as a central figure rather than just a complement. The optics for Giannis are also more favorable. Joining the Warriors now doesn't carry the same stigma that Durant faced, and it positions him as a leader who can inherit the mantle after Curry eventually steps aside. Looking at the numbers, Giannis is still producing at an elite level, averaging near 30 points per game along with double-digit rebounds, while impacting the defensive end as well. That combination makes him one of the most valuable players in the league and exactly the type of talent that can propel the Warriors back into championship contention. For Golden State, it's about taking advantage of the current opportunity while balancing future risk. Even if there are doubts about Giannis' long-term commitment, the immediate payoff is substantial, and the organization can work to persuade him to stay once he's part of the team. It's also worth noting that this scenario allows Golden State to remain proactive rather than reactive. They're not simply waiting for the perfect moment to make a move. They're positioning themselves as a serious contender by putting together a package that addresses Milwaukee's needs while also planning for the future. This includes managing the balance between championship windows and draft assets, a strategy that has served them well in the past. By combining Curry's continued excellence with the potential addition of Giannis, the Warriors can create a team that competes at the highest level while maintaining flexibility to adapt in the coming seasons. The chatter around this trade, including speculation from insiders and analysts, might seem alarming at first, but in many ways it underscores the complexity of the deal and the thoughtfulness required by both organizations. Fans are reacting to every rumor, but it's crucial to separate surface-level concern from the deeper strategic considerations at play. The Bucks are thinking long-term, evaluating Giannis' potential timeline with the team, while the Warriors are leveraging their assets to create the most favorable outcome possible. That strategic interplay is what makes this trade scenario so intriguing and potentially transformative for Golden State. Even from a fan perspective, there's a strong sense that this move aligns with the team's priorities. Golden State has always been willing to take calculated risks to compete at the highest level, and adding a superstar like Giannis fits squarely within that philosophy. While there are uncertainties, the potential reward of pairing two of the league's most dynamic players together is enormous. For fans watching at home, this isn't just about acquiring talent. It's about setting the stage for a new chapter in the Warriors' legacy, one that could define the end of Curry's era and the beginning of Giannis' role as a franchise leader. As the trade rumors continue to evolve, it's clear that every development carries implications for both short-term success and long-term planning. Golden State's front office is navigating this delicate balance, weighing the immediate impact of Giannis joining the team against the possibility of future roster changes. The stakes are high, but the potential payoff is unprecedented. A team with Curry and Giannis, supported by seasoned veterans and supplemented with future draft picks, has the tools to contend for championships now and in the near future. The careful orchestration of this scenario shows the foresight of the organization, and it also highlights how player decisions, rumors, and trade packages interact in complex ways to shape the landscape of the league. Continuing from where we left off, let's dive deeper into what this could mean for the Warriors and how fans should interpret the unfolding Giannis trade saga. At first glance, all these rumors about hesitations and second thoughts from Giannis might seem like red flags. People worry that he might not fully buy into the Warriors system or that he could use the move as a stepping stone rather than committing long-term. But if you take a step back and look at the situation strategically, there's another layer here. Every bit of uncertainty actually strengthens Golden State's position. The team has assets to offer, flexibility to maneuver, and a clear championship window they're looking to exploit. In other words, the Warriors are playing the long game even as they chase immediate impact. One of the critical factors in this potential deal is how the Bucks view Giannis' future. They know he could leave after his contract expires, and that's why the value of draft picks becomes central. Every first-round pick Golden State can offer increases the likelihood that Milwaukee feels compensated, regardless of whether Giannis decides to stay for more than a couple of seasons. This is where savvy front office work comes into play. The Warriors have constructed a package that addresses Milwaukee's concerns while also giving themselves the best chance to land one of the league's most dominant players. It's a delicate balance, and that's why insiders are so focused on every single update. Now, from a basketball perspective, adding Giannis alongside Curry is a seismic shift. Imagine the combination of Curry's shooting, ball handling, and leadership paired with Giannis' versatility, athleticism, and defensive dominance. That's a duo capable of stretching the floor, controlling both ends of the court, and creating mismatches for any opponent. Even without considering other key Warriors like Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, or Kuminga, this pairing alone fundamentally changes Golden State's ceiling. It's not just about winning games. It's about redefining the team's identity for the next few seasons. For a fan watching this unfold, it's thrilling to imagine the possibilities. Of course, there are risks. Giannis' potential hesitancy about joining an older roster, questions about his long-term commitment, and the inherent volatility of any blockbuster trade all come into play. The Warriors have to weigh whether the immediate boost to their championship odds outweighs potential future challenges, like losing him after a few seasons or adjusting the roster if things don't go perfectly. But the beauty of the situation is that Golden State can actively shape the narrative once Giannis is part of the team. They can showcase how this isn't just a short-term experiment, but a plan designed to maximize his prime years and secure multiple championships while Curry is still at his peak. Another angle to consider is how the trade affects the rest of the league. The Bucks, of course, are in a unique position. They're balancing their desire to retain Giannis with the opportunity to extract maximum value from a superstar who could eventually depart. The Heat, the Knicks, and the Timberwolves are all observing closely, but the Warriors' leverage lies in the depth of their assets and the timing of their offer. If Giannis does decide to move, Golden State is positioned to make the deal happen before the trade deadline, ensuring that the team can integrate him into the rotation without losing valuable time for chemistry building. That kind of foresight is exactly what separates championship contenders from the rest of the league. Fans have been debating endlessly whether Giannis joining the Warriors would be a risk or a blessing. On one hand, there's the potential of altering the trajectory of the franchise. On the other, there's the reality that no trade is ever guaranteed. But when you analyze the potential upside, it becomes clear that this is precisely the kind of calculated risk Golden State thrives on. This isn't reckless. It's aggressive and strategic. By acquiring Giannis, the Warriors aren't just thinking about the next season. They're planning for the final chapters of Curry's career, ensuring that the team remains relevant and dominant in the league's evolving landscape. It's also interesting to examine the cultural and leadership aspects of this trade. Giannis isn't just another superstar. He's a player with the ability to elevate those around him. Pairing him with Curry creates a dynamic where both players can shine without overlapping too heavily in roles. Curry's leadership and experience in high-pressure situations complement Giannis' energy, versatility, and defensive prowess. The synergy between them could be transformative, not only for the team's performance, but also for its locker room culture. The Warriors have long emphasized a culture of accountability, teamwork, and resilience, and Giannis could fit into that mold while also taking the team to new heights. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. A seismic shift may be underway in the NBA, and all eyes are turning toward Donovan Mitchell Jr., the explosive guard currently with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sources close to team insiders suggest that the Golden State Warriors have made a bold and unprecedented offer for Mitchell, an offer that could reshape the league's trade landscape. While the details remain murky, the whispers indicate that the proposal is not just financially significant, but also strategically calculated to lure one of the league's premier scorers to the Bay Area. This potential move has sparked feverish speculation across the NBA world. Analysts are already debating how Mitchell's arrival could transform Golden State's backcourt dynamic, particularly alongside Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. The Warriors, long known for their precision in building championship-caliber rosters, appear willing to take a gamble that could either cement another era of dominance or leave the team scrambling if the pieces don't align. The very fact that such a high-profile offer is circulating has sent shockwaves through other franchises, many of whom are now rumored to be re-evaluating their own trade strategies. Sources hint that the Cavaliers' front office is carefully weighing their options. Cleveland, which has invested heavily in Mitchell's development, is reportedly interested in maximizing value rather than making a reactive decision. The possibility of acquiring multiple draft picks or a combination of young talent in exchange for Mitchell has become a tantalizing topic among executives and fans alike. The NBA trade ecosystem, often dictated by timing and leverage, is seemingly entering one of its most unpredictable phases in recent memory. Meanwhile, social media and fan forums are ablaze with speculation. Warriors supporters are envisioning highlight reel plays and explosive playoff runs, while Cavaliers fans are bracing for a potential seismic roster shakeup. Industry insiders caution that while the Warriors' offer is generating headlines, nothing is finalized, and negotiations in the NBA often involve layers of nuance that rarely appear in public. Still, the leak itself has already altered perceptions, causing a ripple effect as teams reassess their strategies and market positions. If this rumor proves true, Donovan Mitchell Jr.'s next move could redefine not only Golden State's ambitions, but the trajectory of the entire league. The NBA landscape seems poised for a shift, and as front offices quietly maneuver behind closed doors, fans are left to speculate on the blockbuster possibilities that could soon materialize. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.